I lost all the video of me tearing the motor down, so you're not going to get to see it. Alright guys, I don't have to tell you how much this is going to hurt. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to check squish. There is this is the plug I use. It is a non-resistor plug. It has a kind of a funny look on it, but this, I can get them at O'Reilly's and they do work. Never ever had one foul. I've never ever had one fail. So like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to check squish. Okay, there is what I have always been taught is you always check left and right of the engine over the wrist pin, because the piston could rock. I don't think it hit it. Let me try it again. There we go. We got it that time. So that is, we're going to 0. And that is 0.33 millimeter. And we're going to convert that about 14, 15, 14. And I don't really trust that. And I always go with the dial. And it looks around 16, 17. That's about right. Now, let's check it. Let's say to the front. Did it hit it? Yes, it did. Right there. Right there. What do we got here? And we got 30. We got almost double. Because the piston rocks back and forth. So to get a true squish, you have to go side to side. If I was to get this measurement right here and try to go for the 15 that I got, I would have 0. So Let's go with repeatability. I got a good squish on it that time. And we're right at 20. And I kinda, 21, 22, I kinda think that's what my original was. So now we're gonna go to the front again and see what we got there. See if there is a difference. Because I don't want to give you all bad information. And yeah. Yeah, it's 35. In places, probably 30. Yeah, see, so you're not going to get a proper measurement front and back. It has to be side to side because that's where the wrist pin's at. There's no rocking movement. So we got that done. That's what the squish is. Really didn't want to tear this motor down. But that, my word was, I said I would do it. I'm going to do it. You're probably going to see probably some, not the perfect mechanic work ever, but that's beside the point. I'm going to do what I said. That's the main point. So that's how you do everything. Y'all remember that. Keep your word. That's the main thing. We're going to see what these broke at. Or see what they break at. How's that? What are we on right now? We're on 0. You always unload your torque wrenches. Don't ever leave them loaded. Always back them off. So, and this is not the one I normally use. There's 120. That's 120. That's 10 inch-pounds. Or 10 foot-pounds, I'm sorry. They broke at 10. Things do loosen up. Okay. Everything squashes down. Now you give up. Okay. I don't glue my head gaskets down. I use copper. let's dive right on into this very painful moment. So we got it on 0. Okay, and we're going to try to find I've got another way of doing that. See, I can just hook in on that right there. So that's gonna be mighty darn close what we want right there. Reading up from the bottom up to there, we've got 86, and that's whenever the exhaust first opens up. All right, we're gonna go right here. We're gonna go the other way. Get where the transfer opens up. I like to get this in there. That's the way I do it, not necessarily the way you should. Until it just starts to hook in there. Okay, so that's reading up from there. That's a total of 60. So we had 86 and 60 gives us 60 minus 86 gives us a 26 blowdown. I think I said in the other video is 26 and a half or something. Kind of think that might be where it is, but 26 is good enough. All right. So now we've got a third transfer. And we're going to want to know when it opens. Right about there. And that's at about 44 is when that opens up. We can run right over here to 44 on this side, and it'll just be closing. So everything works from down here. So we already know that the intake's gonna open and close at 55, both sides. Because I don't really want to take all this apart. I am going to pull the cylinder off. This is basically, there's nothing going on here, in here, other than that. That's what it is, that's what it is. And I didn't do anything with the intake other than the third transfer and the boost port. And I'm sorry, I mislabeled that. That is a boost port right there, not a third transfer. The third transfer is down below that. So let's get the cylinder off. Let's hope not. So this is the third transfer right there. Okay? And that's the boost port right there. And nothing real fancy on the let me get a light on in here. Nothing really fancy on the exhaust. I like to did it like Dave posed for you to do, kind of the mushroom look, but it was kind of wide to begin with, and I didn't want to trap anything, so I just got it up to 26 blowdown, and then you can see the, I hope you can anyhow, the well, that's the intake. Nothing's been done to it, just the boost port and the third transfer. Now, in the piston is a different story. So the piston we're gonna look at it right here. I machined in 4 ports, 2 on each side, to line up with the transfers. So they line up with the 2 transfer ports. Right there. And the theory behind that is with the RC boats and stuff like that, and I hate to keep going that, but they're 2 strokes. That high pressure gas, before the transfers actually open up under the piston here, once the transfers break, this alleviates that right there. Alleviates a lot of the snatch load, dragging, parachuting. There's a lot of terms for it, but that's what it does. Now I think my window I got here, it's timed, and I timed it for the opening and closing of the exhaust, and I'm going to document all the distances and everything on it, and it's going to be on a diagram that y'all are going to see here in a second of everything I did do to it. I am running 2 base gaskets, which they're 2 copper base gaskets, and that's them right there. Oh, no, that's 1 aluminum one. I had 2 copper, but I went ahead and made another one, and it made it out of aluminum. So, and that's to get it up to where I've got a full exhaust port. Then you start timing from there. So everything looks good. Like I said, it had a hard life so far. Ran wide open, ran hard, or ran hard, put up wet. Wasn't breaking in. I see a little bit of leaking by right there. I never really noticed that on any motor. But very smooth. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, looking up under my poor girl's dress. But I promised I would, and I did. Now, my poor bike here, ain't nobody showing it no love. But I got a brand new set of YD 100 cases, and trust me, I'm not building a Yard Dog 100. And I got a head that matches that case. You figure it out. Now the only thing I got left to do, and I'm probably going to have to retune it and stuff like that. You know, you take all this stuff apart, you put it back together, and oh yeah, by the way, the carburetor has got a 100 main and a 25 pilot.